Hey, what's up, guys? Back again after a few days. Got a couple of videos I need to put out. Uh, let's talk a little MMA, little Ronda Rousey. Uh, Full disclosure, I've never been a fan of Ronda Rousey. Um, First time I saw Ronda Rousey in Strikeforce, she fought a chick. It was before she blew up, before anybody really knew who she was. Steve Mazzagatti was the referee, and Rousey had the girl in the armbar. The girl didn't tap out. She tells the referee that the girl tapped out, and he stopped the fight like a dumbass. And the girl looking like, I didn't tap out, I didn't tap out. And sure enough, on the replay, she didn't tap out. Rousey told the ref she tapped out. The ref believed it and stopped the fight. Okay. All right. She worked her way into a title shot with Miesha Tate. After all her first round stoppages, arm bars, and all that. She was fighting at 145, which people let her off the hook for that, it seemed like, when it comes to fighting Cyborg. But she was fighting at 145. She got a title shot against Miesha Tate, dropped to 135. And, of course, she won that fight, okay? In the lead up to that fight, she was saying a lot of disrespectful stuff to Chris Cyborg. I think stuff like about her having a dick and being a man, all that kind of stuff, okay? She was talking big time stuff before this fight, okay? But ultimately never fought Cyborg, okay? As of this video, a couple of days after Thanksgiving 2016. Alright. Now, she beat Miesha Tate, okay? Fair and square. I give it to her. You know, broke her arm, all that kind of stuff. Won the championship with Strikeforce. Okay. And then after the fight, you know, instead of being a sportsman, she was, disrespectful. I don't feel any sympathy for her. I don't like her, all this kind of stuff. And, instead of just, kind of being a good sport about it and, showing good sportsmanship, she wanted to be all nasty and negative and hateful. And it just turned me off. And ever since then, I just been down on Ronda Rousey, okay? When they brought women into the UFC, and it was her first fight, and she was headlining and all that. That might have been maybe the most that I kind of liked or sided with Ronda Rousey, because I always liked women's MMA back to when Gina Carano fought in Elite XC and became a big star, the first face of women's MMA. It was great to see the women finally get in the UFC, finally get that shot. I always thought the women brought it. I always thought they had good fights. And it was good to see that not only did they get in, but they headlined. And so it was kind of heart touching, if you want to put it like that. But eventually she rematched Miesha Tate, and after she won that fight, of course, at this time, the world still wasn't looking at her the way they look at her now. And Miesha Tate got up, extended her hand, in a handshake, to say, hey, you won, you were the better fighter. Let's kind of, bury the hatchet, be cool or whatever. I'm showing you your props, you won the fight, I'm being a sport, I'm being a class act about it. What did Ronda Rousey do? She looked at her up and down like that and just turned away and walked off all nasty, didn't shake her hand. Just disgusting, absolutely disgusting, and the crowd was booing out the building. But what happened? Eventually, everything was forgotten. She kept winning fights. She became even bigger, and everybody was all there. They loved Ronda Rousey, all this kind of stuff. Okay, all right. Of course, she went on a run. She became big time. ESPN had her label of world's most dominant athlete and all this kind of stuff. And then she fought Holly Holm, and we know what happened. She got smashed. And I loved it. My only regret was I didn't put money on Holly Holm when she was at plus 1,000 or plus 1,500, and I missed out on that. And I actually didn't watch the fight live. I went to sleep on Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Valerie Letourneau fight. It was so boring and so long, I ended up dozing off. And when I woke up, pay-per-view was over with, and I'm like, damn. and I hit the rewind button, and first thing I see Holly Holm holding the title, and I'm like, oh, and then I go back even further, and I see Rousey on the ground, with blood coming out of her mouth. I'm like, you know, and eventually I go back. I didn't spoil it. I just kind of hit the back button to skip back, and then I watched the fight from beginning to end. And damn. So what happens? Basically, that fight ruined Ronda Rousey. I mean, she fell out of the public spotlight, disappeared. When she flew back, TMZ video showed her going through the airport in California with a towel over her head, didn't want to be seen. Just pathetic. I mean, couldn't handle it. I mean, damn, that was so weak-minded and so weak to me, And since then, she just kind of disappeared, been off over a year. Went on Ellen talking about she was thinking about committing suicide, and the only thing that saved her was thinking about having Travis Brown's babies and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was just when I saw and heard that, I just knew that it was over for her, man. Just her mind not in it no more. She just, the fight was knocked out of her, because she was big on retiring undefeated, and she thought she was such a badass and all that. And, she got humbled, and the world came down on her big time, because a lot of people, all that hidden anger over her attitude and shit came out, and people just ran her down bad. Okay. So she been out over a year, hadn't been fighting nobody, got badly out of shape. If you looked at the pictures going into that video game, UFC 2, showed her, man, she was badly out of shape. She had a public appearance at a charity event a couple of months ago. Looked terrible, did not look good at all. So she hadn't been training, obviously hadn't even been thinking about fighting. And now all of a sudden, at UFC 207 in December, she's going to fight Amanda Nunes. And Amanda Nunes just smashed Miesha Tate in the first round. I mean, the girl, super strong, hell of a hitter. Been practicing karate ever since she was a kid. She has judoka experience. I mean, this girl is motivated, hungry, even though she's the champ, and been training, active, okay? Now, Rousey has all these things going against her, okay? She goes on Ellen again, and she says, everybody better tune in, because I'm getting ready to wind it down. This is going to be one of my last fights, okay? Historically, when fighters say that it's winding down, they thinking about retiring, they don't know if they should continue, all this kind of stuff, it's over. Like, they don't have good performances, they go out the hard way. Just in recent times, look at what happened with Damian Maia and Carlos Condit. Okay, Damian Maia hungry for a title shot. Carlos Condit, on the other hand, saying, I don't know if I want to fight again, I'm thinking about retiring. The only way I want to fight is if I fight for the title. And then what happened on Fox? He got embarrassed in one round, choked out, submitted. Okay, tapped out, if you will. All right. Now, back to Rousey. Okay, she's going along that same boat. Okay. The other day, I was on Facebook. I always check the trending topics on Facebook, and Ronda Rousey was one of the trending topics. Okay. And I looked to see what it says, and reports say that Ronda Rousey had to be, in quotes, consoled after her stare down with Amanda Nunes at the UFC 205 weigh-in. Okay? That's pretty damn bad. That is pretty damn bad. If you have to be consoled, in other words, when I see that, I'm imagining after the stare down, she went backstage and she broke down and cried or something, and people had to come around and hug her and pat her on the back or something like that. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, if she had to be consoled after a stare down, man, she is mentally gone, shot, broken, and I'm telling you, I said it before. Before that happened, I said it when she was getting out of shape. I said it when she was talking about committing suicide and all that kind of stuff, and hadn't seemed eager to fight. It's over for her. Like, it is over. I don't even know why she's coming back. Does she feel obligated to UFC to fight again? Does she just feel like it's her right to be a champion and she needs to have her redemption story and get the belt and then retire? I don't know. But even if she was to win this fight, which I don't think she's going to win this fight, I think she's going to get her ass kicked in 1 or 2 rounds. But even if she was to win this fight, I mean, is she going to defend the title? Hell, Juliana Pena should be fighting for the title instead of Rousey, really. Is she going to fight Juliana Pena? I don't think so. I mean, she loses that fight. The Cyborg fight is just not going to happen. I mean, if you're talking about retiring and quitting and your head not in the game, that is the fight that you do not need to take for sure, for real. I mean, what is she going to do? You know, who is she going to fight? To me, I think this is it for her. I think she is coming to just try to get the title back and then retire. I don't even think she wants to fight anymore. I don't know why she's taking the fight. I don't know why she's in there. But, I mean, to obviously have, fallen off, not been training, thinking about retiring, thinking about suicide, coming and fighting this girl, Amanda Nunes, this girl, hungry, determined to stay champ, be champ. I just don't think it's gonna go well for her. I think it's over for her. I think she should retire immediately. She shouldn't even take this fight. She shouldn't have took this fight. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. Money on Nunes, inside the distance. And if you want to be bold, first round finish. But I think the odds might not be worth it. It might just be worth it to take her inside the distance. But I'm telling you, Ronda Rousey, I don't think it's gonna go good for her. And she's not evolving. She got the same coach, Edmund. We know Edmund is the trainer of losers. Everybody that gets with him loses and doesn't improve. And she's not learning anything new. She's not gonna have any new wrinkles to her game. When the fight starts, she's gonna come across the cage like a bull, I'm sure, and try to get Nunes' arm. Because, I mean, if she tries that stand-up shit again like she did at home, we know what's going to happen. She's going to get smashed again. My prediction is, if she gets hit one good time with a punch or a kick, most likely a punch, but if she gets hit flush one good time, she's going to crumble. Mentally, she's going to crumble. Not that she's going to fall out and get knocked out, but she's just going to get hit, and all of a sudden, she's going to say to herself, damn, like, I do not want to be in here. I do not like that. I want out, I think she's going to quit. If she gets hit good, one good time, she's going to check out. And that's what I think about this. That's what I think about Rousey. It's over for her. It is over, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that she totally doesn't have a chance to win the fight. Maybe she will win. But I just don't see it happening. I ain't saying she doesn't have any chance, but, I mean, I see Nunes all the way. So that's what I think about it. You guys can tell me what you think about it. And I'll drop another video later. Y'all take care.